Hi, this video is for in response to a message I got from Nanna in Iceland. To summarize her message, basically she had a question regarding the recent thing on Facebook about CrossFit and the women peeing while they're working out. And Nanna's question is basically, she was working out last spring. She was doing some swimming and some tennis, and she was running around. She never had any problems with her pelvic floor, never peed or while she was playing, and she felt her pelvic floor muscles were pretty strong. And then she started working out again, where is that? In September, she started CrossFit, and she noticed that her pelvic floor muscles were getting a little weak compared to other muscles. And she stopped that after a month or two or so, and because she hurt her shoulders, and so she took some time off. So her question is, one, what muscles could be causing her, making her feel like her pelvic floor muscles are weak, and two, what can she do to prevent injuring herself, such as with her shoulders again? And my answer to that, Nana, is basically it comes down to your core. Core muscles being the deep abdominal wall, the transverse abdominis, the diaphragm, the pelvic floor, as well as multifidi in the back. These muscles are probably, you reach their threshold in your training with CrossFit, because it can be pretty exhausting. A lot of heavy lifting, you're doing things for time, not a lot of recovery or rest in between sets. So you probably reached your threshold of the inner or deeper, more stabilizing core muscles, and there was an overcompensation of the more external or more superficial outer global muscles. Particularly, I'm not saying this is you, but possibly the rectus abdominis, external obliques, all the hip flexors, all the muscles around the pelvis, the hips, the shoulders, etc. Were just probably overworked, and that's why you're probably feeling a little bit stronger. And this can also be a possible explanation to why your shoulders got wrecked or got injured, because again, the injury was probably somewhat of a healthy compensation, because your body couldn't compensate anymore, believe it or not. So what I recommend, I would recommend looking into how to retrain those deeper inner core muscles, let's say, and integrate them with the outer or more global muscles. Meaning, if you just do Kegels all the time, Kegels are just isolation exercises. They're not really integrating with other muscles or other parts of your body, so they don't really do much when you're working out, per se. Now, the thing is you have to find the relationships of the pelvic floor to what other possible muscles they might be compensating for the weak pelvic floor, if it is weak, because it could also be a case where the pelvic floor muscles are just overworked. So one quick test you could do is a single leg stance test. First, you could stand on one leg and bring the other leg, raise it up, knee up towards your chest, and see which leg you feel more unstable or more work. And then once you find out which leg that is more unstable, then you're going to do the test again. But before you stand on that leg, I want you to contract your pelvic floor muscles and then stand on the one leg. And if that feels any percentage better than without contracting it, possibly the pelvic floor could be a little bit facilitated, overworked, and you would want to actually not work the pelvic floor more. You would want to down-regulate it or turn it down a bit by possibly releasing that muscle, self-massaging that muscle before you do an exercise to stimulate whatever muscles might be involved in this case, standing on one leg. So I would probably, for example, real case scenario is once you find out which leg it is, self-massage the pelvic floor. You could Google it or do a little anatomy search on it. Then, instead of standing on one leg, that might be too neurologically challenging, kneel on that knee and balance on that knee right after you released it. And that may help. It's very crude and very generalized to improve the relationship of that pelvic floor muscle, as well as with the other muscles that are compensating for it. Anyway, I could talk for hours about this, and short of doing an evaluation or assessment on you, I don't really know too many people in Iceland that do neurokinetic therapy or even DNS, dynamic neuromuscular stabilization, by Kolar. They might help you. They might be able to help you with some of the deep stabilizing spinal stabilization work. Hopefully that was helpful for you, Nanna, and anybody else that was interested in watching. So until the next time, see you later.